Hey guys, this is Dion here with your Guitar Academy. So in this lesson of our Cory Wong course, I want to expand on this idea of our single note muted riffing, and I wanted to introduce a second note on the same string, also with a different finger. So it's going to be a slightly different feel and a slightly different way of maintaining this muting. So grab your guitar, let's give it a go. If you just joined us, please don't forget to head over to the website where you can get all of the additional course materials, including the handbook, any tabs, any backing tracks and chord diagrams as well. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave us a comment as well. It really helps us out to hear how you've been getting on with the courses, and any questions you have, we will definitely get back to you. So to expand on this first lesson, I want to introduce the first finger into the equation to start to build this riff that we're going to be playing through. So we're still on the A string. So remember at first we just had So now what I want to do is bring in the 5th fret of A as well and have them, as 8th notes, just one after the other. So you could go. So take a look at my fretting hand when I'm doing this. So you'll see that there's really not a great deal of movement at all from my first finger. That's still really, really key in making sure I've got this muting down. So you see it's fretting this 5th fret on A, but it's just curved over the strings and around, resting on top of them to ensure that I have this metallic sound rather than this sort of sound, which is what we don't want, okay? Bring the first finger down, and we have, there we go. So very kind of subtle adjustment, okay? Aside from being really, really kind of, heavily used by obviously people like Cory Wong and this kind of heavy funk style, this is also really reminiscent of players like John Frusciante of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So he's really great with this kind of left hand muting as well. And it's the same kind of principle. There's actually one other slight difference as well from lesson 1, and that is now, rather than use my 3rd finger to press underneath, or sorry, not even press, just stub up underneath this low E string, I'm now doing it with my 1st. So you see I'm fretting the note, and the 1st finger is just touching that low E string, so we have this sort of muted sound. And if you want, at the moment I'm actually just not doing ghost strums between the first two. I'm just going and then ghost strums. But if you want to, you can go. So that's another little parameter, another little thing to consider there by play, mute, play, mute. So you see I'm doing this squeeze and release thing again here with my fretting hand. And hopefully you'll be kind of used to that feeling of applying pressure and releasing it from having tried it in the first unit with our E9 chord. Once again, we're going for really choppy notes. It starts sounding really cool when you play it quite fast. Let me play this along with the drums at around about 60 BPM. And what I want to do is I want to first play it just normal pick notes without any muting. And I want to play it in our funk style with lots of muting. And we'll hear how it sounds and the kind of contrasting sound. So I'll just go a little bit faster, probably up to about 90, just to give us a bit more context. So without the funk style, That's just picking it fairly softly, but now with our once again. Okay, let's go back to the other way. And now with our muting. So, you know, as I mentioned in a previous unit, I like to, in this particular style, especially with a part like this, I almost like to imagine the guitar as an additional percussion instrument. So that kind of metallic muting is almost like we're playing like a shaker or like a hi-hat or something. So it just works really, really well when it sounds tight in this way, but, you know, supporting the percussive elements of the song, in this case, obviously the drums. And hopefully you can hear by playing the two back to back like that, how effective it can be to get this really heavy, muted, funky sound on this kind of clean tone for this sort of style. Just to talk briefly as well about which beats I'm hitting on there. So it's actually just on the one and then the and then everything else is our muted notes. And then I'm also accenting each of the numbered beats. So that would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 1 and 2 3 4 and. So now a bit faster. So hopefully this, you know, shows you that even though I'm just playing two notes here, there's so much you can do with these two notes, and you can play them in so many different ways, you know, to add something extra to a piece, you know. So as I say, what we're going for here, this really heavy funk Cory Wong style, almost like a percussion instrument, supporting, you know, the drums. Obviously we have no bass in this context at the minute, but when you play along with the track at the end, there's bass in there, and you'll hear how there's also another guitar part that's doing a more chordal thing, and you'll hear how the two work nicely together with this, as I say, serving more as a kind of percussive instrument. That's it for this lesson. If you want to go on to the next lesson, you can click here, and if you want to go back to the beginning of the course, you can click here. Also, please don't forget to leave us a comment. Let us know how you've been getting on with the course so far, and if you have any questions about anything, we'll answer it and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.